everybody! So today I want to recreate another face chart. I chose this one. It's a milk face chart. I just think it is so gorgeous. It's pretty simple. It's mostly just a lot of glitter. But the eyes still have a little bit of intricate detail. It's just so impactful and beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna paint my whole neck purple like that. I think I'm just gonna keep it at the makeup. But I'm really excited. I think it's super pretty and I just want to recreate it and have it on my face, and I'm excited. Okay, so I already have a lot of my makeup done. I have my base, contour. This look doesn't really have a lot of blush. I put a tiny bit of blush on, but mostly just brows and a base and a little bit of contour. I'm gonna start by just kind of mapping out that shape around the eye, and I don't want to commit right away to a black liquid liner, even though that's eventually what it's gonna be. I'm gonna just start with like a pastel pink, just because I've never done a shape like this and I don't want to mess it up. So it goes quite a bit of the way in the inner corner, and then kind of wiggles around, comes back up really high, almost into the brow. Alright, comes back down. So it's something kind of like that. I need to clean it up a little bit, which is why I started with more of a pastel liner. This could probably even go more like this. So I'm just gonna kind of adjust this outline until I'm pretty happy with it, and then I'm gonna start working on coloring it in. To clean up this outline, I'm gonna use some micellar water. Garnier is cruelty-free now, FYI, if you didn't know. And I'm gonna saturate a bamboo cotton round with it, just like this, and then with like a detail liner brush, saturate that just so it's not too wet. I want it wet enough to clean up the liner, but not so wet that it creates a mess. I'm just working to kind of perfect that shape into what I want it to be. This is obviously a two-dimensional photo, so I have to kind of make it work for a real eye, and specifically my real eye. So I'm just kind of working on smoothing some of these bumps out. So now I'm looking at this shape, and even though I have like all the little bumps and lumps where they technically should be, just on my eye shape, it just doesn't look right. So I'm gonna kind of make it just a little smaller. Just a little more like narrow. Okay, I think this is a good start. I'm just gonna do the other side the same way, and then we'll get started on kind of filling them in. Okay, so this eye was so much easier. It's still not like totally perfect. They don't totally match, but I didn't want to fuck with this eye at all because I actually like how this one turned out, and I tried to make this eye work a little better. I don't know, this one's just not cooperating. I don't know what to say. They're close enough that I feel fine with just moving forward. So I'm gonna just throw a little bit of Urban Decay primer potion just on top of everything, including the eyeliner, because that's gonna get covered up anyway. That's literally just a guide. So I'm just gonna blend that in all over, even up top, even though I'm not really putting eyeshadow on up there at all, but I am gonna bring it down below. Okay, so for the purple that's kind of all over the lids, it's kind of hard to see because it's covered in glitter, but you can see that it's a lot darker around the lash line, just like right around the eye there, and it gets a little bit lighter the further out you go. The tone is very, very plummy. So I'm gonna use the Paradise Fallen palette from Ace Beauté, and I'm gonna use shadow mixed with Duke, and I'm obviously gonna keep the ratio a little heavier on shadow toward the lid and lash line, blend it out into, oh, did I say Duke? I meant dusk. Oh my god, I'm trying to read backwards in my mirror. And then blend it out to where it's mostly dusk around, like, you know, the edges of the guide, especially the outer and inner corner. So I'm just gonna dip into shadow and apply that over the lid. This is gonna be applied kind of like a smoky eye, but it's gonna be cut off right at the end of the guide there. I've never done anything like this before. I'm very excited to see how it's gonna turn out. And it's gonna be kind of hard to blend because obviously I'm trying to color within the lines here. And then I'm gonna use like a little pencil brush, but it's pretty fluffy. It's not super dense. And I'm gonna use that with Dusk and start applying that right along like the edges of the guide. So these shades aren't blended together yet, but they're in kind of the right place. I'm gonna just go boop, 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 just dip a little bit into both. Tap off the excess because I'm getting a ton of fallout, and blend in between those shades. And this honestly doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to be totally covered with glitter anyway. So I don't need to be a perfectionist about this, but I'm going to try to get it as good as I can. It's tricky because you do have to stay within the lines, but it's a fun challenge. Okay, so here's a little close-up of what we're at so far. Obviously this outline is going to be covered in black liner, so it will be like a little crisper, a little sharper, more defined. I'm really just focusing on inside this guide right now, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing over here and then come back for glitter. Fun! Okay, now that both blobs are filled in, you can really see the difference in the shapes. It's fine. It's abstract. It doesn't have to match. It's fine. Once the glitter is on and the whole face is done, everything will just kind of work, I hope. So the glitter I want to use is first this LA Girl holographic. It's like a pressed glitter. It's Hollow Glam. I saw this on TikTok and I went out and got it. It's just a pressed glitter, but oh my god, it's so gorgeous. And I just think it's like the right tones for the look. Yeah, this glitter in here is definitely more of like that holographic, like iridescent, multi-dimensional. It has like the blue, green, a little bit of pink, a little bit of purple. This glitter is more just like on the purple, blue, green side of things, but on top of the purple, it's gonna really pop out as like definitely more like green. I'm excited, and then I'm also going to use my favorite glitter. This is the Disco Lady glitter from ColourPop. It's a little chunkier, obviously, but it's going to provide those like pinks and purples, also like bigger glitter particles for like the cheeks and the lips. So I'm very excited. I love glitter. This is my favorite part. I'm so excited. Okay, applying glitter isn't always my favorite because it's kind of messy. It's really hard to kind of get it where I want it to be sometimes. I'm going to use this little silicone applicator and just kind of use it like a brush almost. I'm going to scoop some of the glitter onto it. I'm starting with the LA Girl one, and the majority of the glitter on the eyes is focused on the outer corner, this little lump here, and the inner corner. And then obviously it's everywhere else too, but it's focused primarily in these areas. Using this applicator allows me to place the glitter exactly where I want it versus a finger, which can sometimes be hard to manage. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is use this LA Girl pressed glitter and actually just kind of fill it in everywhere, and then I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop just to amp it up in those specific areas. So there's one eye with the LA Girl pressed glitter. I'm gonna just do the other eye the same, just very carefully place it all over, focusing primarily on those three areas. But I really like the idea of just using the ColourPop just to amp it up in those areas on the eye. This is really pretty, it's just not really packing the punch that I would want. Okay, now for the ColourPop one, I'm actually gonna use a brush. I found that I like brushes with glitter gels more, and I just use like the shitty brushes that I get either from like makeup palettes, like this one is from the Full Spectrum palette, remember that? Oh my god. Or like, I don't know, just if I have shitty brushes that I don't really love, because I just have so many brushes, some that I never even touch. I'm gonna take the more dense side and just tap that into the glitter. I find that using the brush versus the, where did it go? The silicone tool, I feel like this just applies it a little bit more sparingly. It's a little easier to build with this. And it doesn't like, sometimes with this like silicone tool or with a finger, you can get like a shit ton of it in one place and then you're fucked. Versus a brush, it just kind of sets down a couple pieces at a time. It kind of wastes the glitter because it gets in the bristles and sometimes just doesn't come out till you wash it. But I'm fine with that, especially for something like a glitter gel that will dry out eventually. It'll dry out before I can ever use the whole thing anyway, so I'd rather the application be easier and more of the look that I want. So I don't know if the camera will pick up the difference there. It's just a lot more impactful. I just put it right here compared to right here. Same thing, I'm gonna pretty much fill in that like outer shape there. And then a little bit kind of like right on the inner area over here. So there's one eye versus the other. Yeah, it just adds that little bit of impact that I was looking for. Okay, so there's the glitter all done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the outline now. This is the part I'm like the most freaked out about, because if anything is gonna go horribly wrong, it's gonna be on this step here. I'm gonna use the NYX Epic ink. It's the eyeliner I use all the time, but every now and then it bites me in the ass and it doesn't work the way it should. So let's hope and pray, a moment of silence, and let's get started. I'm gonna zoom out so I can get really close to my mirror. Okay, so I just did a couple of the boring things off camera. I used the NYX eyeliner in Purple Violet on my waterline, and I put on some lashes. These are the Ardell Mega Volume lashes, just to complete the eyes. So let's do the glitter on the rest of the face. There is glitter kind of like above and slightly in between the eyebrows, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, cheekbones, chin, the normal like highlighty areas. So I'm gonna just apply it the same way that I did on the eyes. I'm gonna use the LA Girl like pressed glitter everywhere that there is glitter, and then just amp it up with Disco Lady if I feel like I need to. And I'm just gonna use my finger for this because it doesn't have to be like a super precise placement. I'm just tapping in that LA Girl glitter, and then I'll do the lips last because it's probably gonna be a little uncomfortable to have glitter on my lips like that. Okay, I'm gonna put Disco Lady everywhere. This is pretty, it's just not like as much as it should be. Okay, so that's glitter around the face. It looks pretty. Let's do the lips. So black lips with glitter. I'm gonna use the NYX Liquid Suede in Alien for the base. It's just a black. And then I'm gonna just tap the glitter on the lips in the same way. I'm gonna start with the base of the LA Girl glitter, and then maybe put some ColourPop glitter on. I'm actually not sure because I don't know if I want that chunky glitter on my lips. It looks a little too blue. I am actually gonna put some of this on. I'm gonna just put it over like if you would put gloss on, so like right here. Not the whole lip, but just kind of like that center. Like that, and then like right around the Cupid's bow. Like that. It's not the most comfortable, but it's cute. Actually, I don't love the lips because this looks so blue on top of the black. I don't want to take it off either, so I'm just gonna put this Eternal Sunshine glitter from ColourPop just over the whole thing. And I'm gonna use a new silicone applicator for this. This is just like a translucent purple glitter. The blue is still shining through, but I think this side looks a little better. I don't know, maybe that's just me. That's about as much as I can handle. So we're done. It's in my mouth. Okay, I think this turned out really cute. I had a lot of fun with it because I love anytime I get to play with glitter. I already have like a whole list of face charts that I want to recreate. I have, oh my god, I think like 8 of them saved. So I will be doing it, maybe not on YouTube, but I'll be doing it just like to post to Instagram. Maybe I'll do more for YouTube because it's really fun. But let me know what else you want to see from me. I post twice a week here on YouTube every week, so subscribe if you want to see more. All of my social media will be linked down below if you want to be friends. Let's be friends. And as always, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!